In the link of this video, no, in the description of this video is a link. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Latoya, and if this is your first time on my channel, how are you doing? Comment below, let me know how you're doing. Thank you for watching. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. I really do appreciate your support. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Today I'll be posting my favourites, or some of my favourite things from the month of May. So if you are new to my channel, every month I post what I call my monthly favourites. And that's where I share with you some of my favourite things from the previous month. So today I'm looking at the month of May, and make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future favourites. The reason I started posting these favourites was because I believe that we should be sharing with one another as Christians and edifying one another. And maybe the songs and the sermons and the people that I follow on Instagram may be different to those that you follow and that you are blessed by. So I just feel that by doing this, I can help you and you can help me. So comment below, let me know your favourite songs, your favourite sermons, preachers, people to follow on Instagram, events, whatever it may be. Let's share and let's build together on this amazing platform. As always, disclaimer, I don't necessarily agree with everything that these people say, everything that these people do, but the reason that I've mentioned them is because something that they have said or done has blessed my life in some way. So let's get into it. My favourite song was King of My Heart. There are many different versions of this song, but I'll put a link in the description of this video for the version that I've been listening to. One, because the singer's voice is absolutely incredible, and two, at the end of the video they have a minister that comes on stage and he shares a vision that God gave him. The vision is so amazing, and it's all about pursuing God with such a passion that he has no choice but to reveal himself to us. And it's all about pursuing God in our lifestyle and pursuing God in our worship, and I just thought that that vision was so profound. So check out the link in the description of this video where you can watch that video and hear about that vision as well, and come back and comment, let me know what you think of what he shared, because for me I really thought it was incredible. My favourite worship leader was Darlene Zschech. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, but hey, we'll go with that. She's been around for many years. I remember listening to her as a young child, and she made the song Shout to the Lord very popular across the world. But I have been following her ministry for many years. Some of you may know her from Hillsong. She's had a number of different songs with Israel Houghton, and she's got an incredible story as well. She was diagnosed a couple of years ago with cancer, and she has beaten that. And just to see her passion for God and ministry, that even while she was going through her sickness, she was still encouraging people, I just thought that was incredible. And for her to have been in praise and worship for such a long time, yet still maintain such a passion for what she does, I think is admirable. So Darlene Zschech was my favourite worship leader for May 2019. My favourite sermon wasn't really a sermon as such, it was more of a testimony. So I posted a video a couple of weeks ago of a book launch that I went to for Earl and Norma Morgan, and their book is called Against All Odds, I'm Still Here. And this is my signed copy of the book. I personally believe that there are many different ways to preach the gospel, and for me, this book is preaching the gospel. Earl Morgan has an incredible story. He had a life in the streets, he was into crime, he was into drugs. He had a number of near misses where he could have been in prison, he could have lost his life out in the streets. He's also had some incredible encounters with the Spirit of God, and for me this book really ministered to me, really preached to me. And I'll put a link in the description of this video where you can purchase your copy as well. It's just so incredible to read the real life story of somebody who was out there in the streets, who was doing the wrong thing, and to see how our incredible God has transformed his life and turned his life around to the point where this book is literally preaching to people, whether you are saved or whether you do not know Jesus. This book will introduce you to the one that we call Jesus. So do get your copy of the book, and I did mention that I'll be posting a review of the book, which I will still be doing, so make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss the review that I'll be posting. My favorite quote from the month of May was by Nichols, and in April and May I was listening to so many of her videos, like back to back to back. Her story is amazing. If you've never heard of Nichols, I will put a link in the description of this video so that you can check out one of her videos as well. And like me, I'm sure you'll find yourself listening back to back to back. I shared some of the links with some of my girlfriends because her story is so uplifting and empowering to see where she came from, a life of struggle. You know, she had an experience where she could not even afford she couldn't afford to buy nappies or diapers, as they call it in America, for her child, and she had to wrap her child in a towel. And to see that she's gone from that to now being a multi-millionaire, traveling in circles with the rich and the famous, it's just incredible. So she has a quote where she says, "You're not really afraid of dying, you're afraid of leaving this earth before people really see who you are." And as you know, I'm so big on purpose. For me, that was another reminder about purpose, that we're not really afraid of dying, because to be honest, we don't really know what death is all about. You can't know what death is all about. It's one of those things that our human mind just cannot really understand. And so what we're afraid of is that for most of us, we know that we have been sent here for a purpose. We have been sent here equipped to do something, to touch somebody's life, to touch a group of people's lives. And for most of us, if we're really honest, we're not doing what we have been sent here to do in its entirety. And so really what we're afraid of is leaving Earth before we have deposited all. You know, Miles Monroe said that we should leave the world empty. Empty of ourselves. We should have deposited everything, that when we get to the grave, we have gone to the grave empty. We have written the books, we have written the poems, we have preached the sermons, we've written the songs, we've sung the songs. Whatever it is that you've been sent here to do, you should leave the earth having done all of that. That when you leave, you know that there was nothing more that you were here to do. And so that quote for me, I just really found it powerful. Check out the link in the description, Nichols, and come back and comment and let me know what you think. My favourite person on Instagram in the month of May is somebody who lives in my town, actually. I had the privilege of meeting her about 10 or 11 years ago when I was an actress in a play. Many moons ago. I don't really do acting anymore, but her name is Camille Daley, and she was brought in to help with the costumes for the play. And she's one of those people that when she walks in a room, her smile just lights up the room. Such a lovely, beautiful person inside and out. And I really just enjoyed following Camille Daley in the month of May, because I have seen her from the inception of some of her ideas to the point where she is now, of having a phenomenal business called the House of Ilona, where she designs fashionable clergy wear for women of the cloth. And I think her vision is just incredible, that, you know, if you are a female minister, why should you have to stand in a pulpit or whatever arena you are in feeling uncomfortable? You can be fashionable but still dress modestly, holy, and still feel comfortable in what you're wearing. So I think her vision is just amazing, and I am so happy for her to see how God has really blessed her, that she's now receiving orders from all over the world. So check out Camille Daley. In the description of the video is her Instagram handle, so check her out, and yeah, feel free to follow her if you think that you'll be blessed by her content as well. My favourite scripture in the month of May was "Faith without works is dead." I was really busy in the month of May putting together my clothing line, putting together content for my new website, and sometimes I had to remind myself that, Latoya, faith without works is dead. You know, the truth of the matter is God will give us a vision, God will give us ideas, and some of it may just be our own passions and desires, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, faith without works is dead. God is not going to just drop everything in my lap. I have to put the work in. And I heard a preacher, T.D. Jakes, he put it so well. He said he's been called to preach, but God does not move his mouth, move his lips and his tongue up and down and make words come out. God will give him a thought, he'll give him a scripture, he'll give him some form of inspiration. But as the preacher, he has to put the work in. He has to study the scriptures, he has to do some research, he has to do some reading, he has to put prayer in, he has to do the work in order that when he stands there, he has something of substance to give to God's people. And so that's my encouragement to you, that whatever it is that God has given you, whatever passion, whatever desire, whatever ministry God has given to you, put the work in, exercise your faith in God. He will equip you to do what he has called you to do. I launched my clothing line in May. Yay! I was so excited to launch my clothing line because I remember being a young child, about 8 or 9 years old, and I would actually draw my own clothes. And I had a vision, a crazy idea that one day I would be designing clothes that young girls, young women could wear as Christians, because let's face it, the struggle is real out here sometimes as Christians to find modest clothes that we feel comfortable in. And so I used to design these ideas as a child and dream that one day I would be designing clothes that Christian women could wear. And here I am today, all these years later, and I've seen that dream come true. They say dreams come true, and for me this is one of my dreams that I have seen come true, and I'm so blessed and so grateful. To those of you who have supported my clothing line, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that you'll continue to support me. I don't just have clothes, we have accessories as well. So if you're looking for, personally, I believe that there are many different ways of preaching the gospel. Like I said, this book for me was preaching the gospel. My clothing line is preaching the gospel. Some of the clothes that I have scriptures written on them. There's so many different ways of preaching the gospel, and that's what we have been called to do. So yeah, for me, it's just another way that I have been blessed with to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. So yeah, my favorite other was my clothing line, Dual Purpose. Check in the description of this video for a link to my clothing line, Dual Purpose, and I hope that you'll find your next purchase there. Thank you for watching. As always, I couldn't do any of this without you guys. I'm so grateful for your support. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.